Let's see how this does. Let's see how we do. This animation. Let's try something. I don't really know this program all that well, but try to do something with it. Oops. Look out. Oh, what's up, David? How are you? How are you, buddy? Oh, that comment. Get over to my own page. No, we're not taking requests tonight of characters. We're just animating. Alright. I'm gonna try to do like a Mickey. This might be like the new Mickey. And we'll try to do something with it. Let's see what options you get on this program. You get a pencil, that's kind of neat. So would like, I'll do black. Gotta put it on a new layer. I have to turn down the brightness on here. I'm doing good. How are you, Ted? Let's see. Doesn't look horrible. That looks a little bit better. Maybe at 3. Go to 4. Maybe at 2. So we're just gonna try to animate Mickey doing something. This is the start of my animation career. So you guys get to see it done live. Heather, we're gonna try to animate Mickey, bring him to life a little bit, and then maybe add some voice, not tonight, but later on. Heather, Dawn, thank you. Of course, I'm just one person, but eventually want to do more web series. I know that there's a lot of animators, so I do have a program that I'm working with. Not this program, but this is one program. I think it's called like Flipbook or something like that. Sounds awesome. Thank you, Heather. Let's see. It's called... I don't even know the name of it. So first things first, we got to draw our character. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm drawing Mickey. Back in the day, they had to draw the character over and over again to bring life to him. Is Goofy a dog? I believe so. I've done a couple of these on this sort of walking sequences, and we're gonna do this as quickly as possible with just some sort of sketch lines. Usually an animator would just draw things kind of quick, and then somebody would go over them and put it on like a cell. That way you could get the background. So it was like see-through, transparent, translucent, and then they would put a background behind that. Do you have any drawing programs like this yours recommend to someone new to digital drawing? How much have I missed? Well, I just drew this face, that's it. We are animating, how awesome. Thank you, Harry. You haven't missed much. This is just, I drew the face and that was it. I use Procreate for my digital work. This is called, it doesn't tell me the name of these anymore. I guess if I dragged it out here. Or maybe it's over here. It's called Flip-a-Clip. So I'm drawing in the actual program right now. I don't know if I want that on a second layer. I don't really know how these layers work, but I might want the body on a different layer. Yeah, it's gonna be somewhat like that. It's gonna be like kind of like frame by frame animation. I really don't know if you can like import an image into this to add a background, because I haven't figured that out yet. Oh, I guess you can add an image, but I'm not going to do that right now. So maybe we'll use this, I don't know. Harry, I do not teach people how to do this. I do have what kind of pen do you recommend for digital? I love Mickey Mouse and all the characters. Didn't they used to draw in black and white? Yeah. This is a Apple Pencil 1. I'm actually on an iPad original. iPad Pro. So iPad Pro 12.9 original, and I'm looking on another iPad over here, which is the 3rd generation. I do have an Apple Pencil 3 right here. So lots of stuff going on. I have a big screen in front of me. I have my iPhone right here, and then I'm running off a laptop. Oh, thank you, Heather. I like this because my hands are big, so the 12.9 are nice. The 11 might be a little bit smaller. When you're live tonight, he's just getting out of the bath and he thinks this is so cool to watch. Collection of what? Like iPads? How old is Minnie Mouse? 1928, so she's 90. 91 this year. Mickey the same age. They appeared in the same cartoon. Plain Crazy was the first one. First cartoon. And they both appeared in that cartoon. You're so awesome. Thank you, Kelvin. A Disney sketchbook. 1933. No, that wasn't Minnie Mouse. 28 would be both of them. And Plain Crazy was the first non-speaking. This is absolutely awesome. I love when people do old animation styles. Don't get me wrong, CGI as I mentioned is fantastic, but you can't beat hand-drawn animation. So there was no sound until Steamboat Willie, so everything was innovative, really. Walt was the first to do a lot of things and then added color into the silly symphonies. I forget what year that was. Heather, thank you. Yeah. Oh, you can't, yeah. Excuse me. So the biggest thing with like animation is you have to be patient. Version of Mickey. I like Sorcerer Mickey's one of my favorites. You have to be very patient with animation. And kids today aren't very patient, that's the problem. Some are. Some are. I know a few patient kids. But everything takes time, little by little, you know? So we have Mickey here. This program shared this live, and I find watching very peaceful. Yeah, Don, I think you just have to have them join this group to see it. But thank you for sharing it out. You just have to do your own drawings. So I'm actually drawing in the program. There's probably a way to import your drawings too, and we'll figure it out as we go on. They can find you, yeah. So we have Mickey here, right? So what's gonna happen is, I think what's gonna happen, you kind of have to like have a storyboard. But we don't really have a storyboard because I didn't write a storyboard. But we kind of have to come up with what's gonna happen. So I think, can you import, say, Mickey's voice into the app? Probably afterwards. There is a sound here, so we probably can. I'm doing 12 frames per second. I think movies are like 24 or 30 frames per second. I think like 29. So what we're gonna have happen is maybe like a Mickey ice cream falls down from the sky, and then he grabs it, and then he eats it. That's kind of what we'll try animating. But then we have to figure out what we want to have animated. So color that in. My husband, last development, we bought a beautiful piece of art at Disneyland. Nice. Thing over here. Okay, so I believe that you have to hit a new frame, and I don't know if we have to draw everything or if it duplicates that. This thing does what? I think that might copy it. Okay, so we might be able to copy it, which I think I just did. But I don't know if we can move him at all. This is... Oh, okay, our onion is on, so we can see. Yeah, add video, make movie, frames viewer. Okay, I have one frame. This is called, what is this called? I had it before. I think it was like Flip a Clip. Oops. Yeah, Flip a Clip. I think I bought it for like $5. Let's get back into it. Okay, so we have Mickey here. I don't know if I need to duplicate. I guess I just duplicated the body. Okay, so if we create a new frame, I think if I hit that, then his body gets pasted. So we are cheating a little bit. And then I'm going to copy this and then put his face over on frame 2. So now we have Mickey over here, and then any changes that we make, thank you, Heather. So you have to draw each frame. No, I think I just copied that, but I don't know if you can move them. That's the whole thing. But if you were doing real animation, you would move the background and you would leave the character in place. That was how they basically cheated. So they would just have a character going like this and moving the legs and stuff. And then the background would just keep looping, looping, looping. So they'd create like 10. I teach technology, Heather. The frame would keep looping over and over again. That's why the older cartoons you see the same stuff happening in the background. They probably create like 10 or 20 frames in the background and then just keep looping it if they keep running and stuff. What's up, Kevin? How are you? Okay, so we're now into frame 2. We got to figure out what is going to happen to Mickey in frame 2. I don't know if I'm going to keep him stationary or if like he maybe for like a few frames, and then he starts blinking, and then a hot dog or something falls down from the sky. So maybe we'll start bringing in on a new frame, a new layer. I don't know if I do a new layer, if it goes on to the first group of them, which it does, which is weird. I don't know if we just, I don't know what happened there. I'm still figuring this program out a little bit. We will all join. Yeah. Can't undo whatever I just did. Because I'm wondering if I start drawing on frame 3, if it's then going to affect over here on the first layer, on the first one that we... Let's see. Yeah, so if you drew that there... Okay, that's not bad. Can I delete that? Oh, that's cool. Okay, so this might work. Alright, let's do a new layer. And then what will happen... I used to animate in Flash, but then... Thank you, Heather. Yeah, I'm trying to innovate. I'm trying to be like Walt Disney, I guess. Or my own self. But I feel like if you can draw, then you can do things on different things. I want to get into airbrushing, and maybe spray paint would be different than airbrushing. But I'd have to get some like big sheets of something to start doing that. We did, there was, what we did earlier today was chalk drawing. Well, that was the first stream we ever did of that. So maybe a hot dog falls and then a Mickey ice cream, and then he grabs a Mickey ice cream and eats it. Maybe a whole bunch. We'll see how many hot dogs we can. And maybe as that's going, his hands come up in the air. Because I think we only have to draw the hot dog once. So frame 1. I'm wondering if I change anything in his, maybe this hand comes out. Airbrushing thing. The chalk was really cool. Thank you, Heather. So maybe in frame 2, something starts happening. Like a hot dog comes down and his hands don't move yet. Because, you know, there's the whole hot dog. Hot dog, hot dog, hot diggity dog. The whole idea is like to be very loose, and you're not really trying to like touch any of this stuff up until... Oh, I kind of wanted it to be off frame. Could he not catch the Mickey balloon in his other hand? You want it just to be very loose and show lines, because the whole idea is you're going to go over it later and make your master sheets or whatever and do your coloring. So I think people get a little intimidated by animation because they feel like they have to color everything. Of course, everything nowadays is digitized, so if you drew something once, you're only really drawing it once, and then you're manipulating the points on somebody's face. Like if you want Maui's hair to whatever, animate in the wind is good at anime. Nice. You would move a whole bunch of points. Not saying it's easy, because everything looks very realistic, but there's something to be said. Wants to know why you don't have Pluto next to Mickey. Well, we could maybe at the end. That would probably be a different stream, but I'm just going to animate Mickey now. That's where we can't get too ahead of ourselves. Watch his Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, not a word of lie. I think she likes his squeaky voice. So we'll have a hot dog there. So frame 1, frame 2. And the reason why it got darker is because if we just play it back, that's all it looks like. So you see the hot dog starting to come down, right? And then what we'll do in frame 3, we'll go back to frame 1. And we will copy the hot dog. Copy. I don't know if we can move it though. That's the whole thing. To frame 3, we have to have everything else as well. Paste. There's the head. Copy Mickey. There's the body. And then copy the hot dog. I don't know if there's a move feature. That's my only thing, because if we can move it, then we wouldn't have to draw it again, but I don't think they give you that. I think you just have to draw it and then erase the other one. I think. I might be wrong. So this is where real animation would come in, where you would have to draw the fall rate or draw the same thing over and over again and make it look. But they'd always have to look back, you know, they would take paper and be looking back like this. This is a Flip-a-Clip, I think it's called. There's a few other animation programs out there, though. So let's play that. Yeah, so I just gotta erase this one. If there's an eraser tool somewhere, hopefully. If there was a move tool, we would be golden. We could animate so much faster. Make sure you erase that on the 3rd layer. Even erasing? Oh, maybe that's me seeing the one before. So we have our hot dog falling. So we've already put in 3 frames. So we kind of want this to fall faster. And then if you want to start getting something else that starts falling at the same time, you'd have to put it in there as well. You'd have to draw it in there, like maybe there's a ice cream cone or something, or but I don't want us to get too ahead of ourselves. Let's just do the hot dog for now, because that's going to take us a little while. Okay, frame 4. There's nothing on frame 4, so we're going to go and we're going to grab and duplicate our Mickey. We'll paste his head. Of course, that hot dog is from before. So we'll grab his lower body. One, two, three, 4. You want to maybe copy the hot dog. Is frame 4 where he blinks? Yeah, we could have him blink in that. Another hot dog right here. And you want it to be the same size as the other hot dogs. And now as you know, blinking is rather fast, but I'll probably slow it down a little bit. We got to get to frame. I think I accidentally put that hot dog on the wrong frame, but I think it will be okay. We just